Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Drexel Freethought Society. I actually remembered the intro, so I'm going to read off the screen. The Drexel Freethought Society is the only fully recognized secular organization at Drexel University. The Drexel Freethought Society's mission is to establish and support a secular community at Drexel University for atheists, agnostic, humanists, and free thinkers. The DFS is dedicated to encouraging free thought and defending science, logic, and reason, while discouraging/responding to harmful personal beliefs forced on others. Every week we have a formal podcast, but we also have many other meetings to view videos, have talks, and have various speakers from around the Philly area. This is an interactive show, so please email questions or comments to us at drexfreethought@gmail.com or call us at our Google line at 267-702-0729. This will not be repeated. We can also be found at our website, drexelfreethought.org, our Twitter, Drexel Freethought, and we have a Facebook if you search Drexel Freethought Society. I'm Dave McDevitt, the Drexel of the president of the Drexel Freethought Society. Tonight our topic is nature versus nurture.
What's Joe? This is the topic. Joe?
Oh no, I told him to start.
Whatever.
Anyway.
I am Dante Hinton. I am the Vice President of the Drexel Freethought Society.
I told him to start.
Well, tell him again.
I already told him to start.
Tell him again.
He's forgetful.
He's
hypnotized by duty.
Quick. Dante, get back in. All right.
All right. So I am Horatio, and I'm not a lie. You gotta fix that. Anyway, I'm in desperate need of a haircut, so let's move on. Okay. Yes.
That's desperate.
Yes, this is desperate.
Wow. I'm awesome. I used to be the disembodied voice, but since somebody else is filming my spot, I decided to be on this side of the camera today.
And I'm Sam, the disembodied voice of the day.
All right, so Dante is fetching one of our other club members, and he dives into the room.
He's
All right.
hypnotized by a video.
He only dive. He's barely head first.
Wow.
Anyway.
Moving on.
No. Nature versus nurture. As we do with every one of these things, you probably define what these words are.
Okay.
And also while we're doing this, one of us has to check to see if the podcast actually works.
Well, I'm not one computer, so.
That's some food.
Okay.
And you guys can.
You should check.
I should? Sorry.
That's attractive.
That was on the screen, sorry.
Dude, I can go louder than that.
It was suppressed.
This isn't a contest.
Yeah, I'm like, come
I'll
on.
make anything a contest. Let's do it. We can burp louder.
What's wrong with you?
A lot of things. Don't make me sort of.
That sounds like a terrible, Japanese game show.
We had Japanese. They're proud and strong people.
I do like this part.
Okay, so defining nature and nurture. Generally speaking, when people say it's someone's nature, it's something that they're born with, mostly governed by genetics. And then if we're going to go with nurture, is that going to be like what their parents did?
Their environment, what they were around, what influenced them, how they were raised.
You realize it's speak louder.
Okay.
But I agree.
In the context of today's discussion, I would say nature would be something that is intrinsic, something that you are born with, and nurture will be something that you would have to acquire or learn. There's actually two distinct terms for that, besides nature and nurture. I forget the exact terminology for it. But that's basically how I'm looking at it in the context of today right now.
All right. We got weird. The person that was going to run this wasn't here.
Who's going to run it?
Joe. This was his idea.
I told him he's hypnotized by a video game at the moment.
I thought we were going to do nature versus nurture, like, and then race. Oh, that's race.
Actually,
Yeah, you have like a list of things.
I do want to look up that term for me.
Okay.
So, anyway. Johnson? Jeff?
Super.
Mastication.
Anyway, so one topic that we came up with like was racism. Is it more nurture or is it more nature? Like, are you born with it, or is it how you grew up, how you were influenced by the people around you that makes you a racist?
That's, go ahead, what's your opinion?
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I think you're born with certain characteristics, like you're, like a familiar. I guess, like, you associate with people that are like you, and then you don't associate with people that are, like, dissimilar from you. So in that way, it could be a nature thing, but it's also very much nurture. Like, if your parents taught you, oh, you shouldn't talk to these kind of people, you shouldn't associate with them, they're an inferior race, or they aren't as good as we are, then that's what you've been taught. So you can be like, oh, okay, that's why I shouldn't like these people.
So it's kind of, I'm pretty sure we're going to say this all night, it's a combination of things.
Yeah, but I feel it's more nurture than nature.
Fair enough.
I think know what you're saying. No, I think what you're saying because, I mean, maybe it's just the cynic in me talking, but I do feel as if a lot of people, by nature, are xenophobic. We tend to not like things that are, different than us. So, and racism is a type of xenophobia. Racism by itself, I don't think is, I don't think it's intrinsic that, you have a baby that's born and he grows up and just automatically hates anybody that's different skin color, just for the fact that they have skin color. Maybe they've seen a group of people of a certain skin color do something, and then it was a learned behavior that, oh, well, those kind of people are bad because they do this. Not necessarily that because of that color.
I think there might be more to what Ox was saying. Am I pronouncing your name right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm always terrible with people's names, especially if they're the least bit unusual.
Not American.
Yeah.
It's okay. You're racist.
We can make you be disembodied again.
No, I'm fine with being embodied.
Anyway, not racist. There's a sense of tribalism that I think is just innate in people. And in that sense, it would be a lot more what Ox was saying, that we have the general desire to be around things we're familiar with. So, I don't know, I'll use just a generalized example. If you were a white Anglo-Saxon male,
Like
growth.
David.
Yeah, am I Anglo-Saxon?
Probably not.
What
I
is
thought you
Saxon?
were Anglo-Saxon English.
No, I'm Norway and Ireland.
Okay,
That's-
definitely not British.
Not British, but like it could be like not that Anglo part, but Saxon.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever.
Germanic
I could, what do you want me to say, like, someone from deep Africa?
It's technically German, but
Continue.
Anyway, my point is, any particular group of people, be it like the really white in white suburbia, or like a stereotypical, like,
Anglo-Saxon, Catholic, or what's the...
a lot. White Anglo-Saxon
Protestant.
Thank you. But anyway, if they're born in that kind of environment and really don't have exposure to other groups of people, then I think it would be just skin color. It would just be a general discomfort.
Not even just skin color, but think about this, like,
This is-
back in, whenever this was, like, when the Italian immigrants, like a lot of European immigrants started coming to America, they were all the same skin color. They were all white, but they were culturally different.
That's true.
So it was a kind of racism, but it wasn't based off of color.
It would have to just be, if we want to go with the tribe terminology,
Yeah.
it depends on how you just define the tribe. Because right now, I'd say the U.S. is a horrible tribe mentality, and the tribe is just the U.S.
so
And
it's
I
very
feel like
situational.
Yeah, and I feel it's more nurture than it is nature. Because, okay, by nature you're going to associate with people you're familiar with. But that doesn't mean that, okay, if I grew up in a
That doesn't mean that
family...
you're going to hate them.
Yeah, like if I grew up in a family that was Anglo-Saxon, for some reason I was adopted, okay, I'll be very comfortable with Anglo-Saxon, but I might not be comfortable with my own race. Like being around people that are Southeast Asian. Or
Where's Southeast?
Southeast Asian.
Where's Malaysia?
Malaysia, and islands in Southeast.
Okay, I got the general area.
Well, anyway, South Asian, because I'm not near Chinese or Mongolian or whatever, so I don't fit into that Asian category. But anyway, like I could feel less comfortable with people of my own race because I grew up in an Anglo-Saxon community.
So would it be more of a cultural thing, possibly?
I'm just saying it's more of a nurture thing.
Yeah, I think we're including culture in the nurture box.
So is xenophobia itself, just the fear, hatred, or mistrust of anything that's vastly different from you, would that be considered
I would say, yeah.
natural or is a nurture based?
I think like everything else, there's a biological basis to be afraid of things you're not familiar with. Because back in the day, the people you were familiar with were people you were directly related to. And so it was your literal tribe. And then it made sense that you're just like, whoa, I don't know that guy, I'm staying away from him. Or I'm going to get rid of him because resources are scarce.
But there's a clear distinction though between not knowing someone because their skin color is different or the tribe is different, as opposed to racism now, like how it's been like institutionalized and.
Oh, that's definitely true.
So, and when it gets to that stage where it's to the point where you're going to prevent people from going to certain schools or like eating in certain restaurants, so like to that extent, that's purely driven off of nurture, in my opinion. And because at that stage, it's not something that people innately are born with. Like there's like oftentimes we issue there's a lot of stories about interracial like this friendships, and eventually their parents split them up because their parents put them to them of racism. And at that point, you're nurturing the kids to continue that same pattern.
There's a whole thing where it's like, you like can't find a racist child.
Yeah.
Because really, kids don't give a damn. They want to play their blocks.
Exactly. So I think like the nature side of it, I don't think that exists at all. Like some people might say it's a combination of the both. I don't necessarily feel that way.
No, like the reason I think it has to be a combination is because it had to start somewhere.
Yeah.
Because there could have been a recurrent. Eventually, it goes back to this one guy who was afraid of people that are different than him, and his response to that fear is anger.
You can even think of it as like a species. Like when we first were descended as a species as Homo sapiens, there was also Homo erectus and Homo like all this other stuff. But we like I guess out-survived them. Like we might have killed them off. Like I don't know like what the history of this evolution is.
It's still a debate, actually.
Yeah, but it is possible that we could have killed them off, only because they're different than us.
There's really no particular reason they were way more northern than we were.
So basically what we're getting at is that, I love that word, xenophobia, because it works very well, because it's so broad. You know, the ability to be xenophobic is natural, but its various manifestations are usually what's geared more towards learned behavior.
I would agree, because it would be an easy way to describe that. It's just different countries, different cultures, and what they are like xenophobic about it.
Yeah.
Like there's very European countries that don't care whatsoever about like homosexuals.
And we
just like,
freak out.
And yeah, we freak the hell out about it. And it's just
a national disaster. Like, oh my God, he's gay. We gotta stop it before it ruins the American family.
I think it's considered a great epidemic here.
No, I would agree. And it's okay, so that's one of the most bizarre things in the world.
It's in a localized area.
People in America are smart enough to know the difference.
I'm smart enough to know the difference.
So cynical.
I mean, if you're gonna be that stupid and not know the difference between like, okay, like Texas is driving me fucking insane. I'm not kidding.
Hey, language.
I'm sorry, but like they are really driving me insane. They're like, we're gonna make a new law that you cannot teach logical thinking in school.
Okay,
I'm like, are you kidding me? It's
Yes,
not like
you're
Americans are stupid enough already that you're gonna tell us, oh, you shouldn't be learning logical thinking in school. That is wrong.
Matter of fact, let me post that
You
on
should be following the
Drexel
Freethought.
Because I posted it
And I'm pretty
already.
sure
You should
that-
follow
I was
the
one of the people who
Bible,
found that
which is
article.
wrong
I'm
because
pretty
it's been
sure the,
interpreted so many times.
Scary.
All right, one person at a time.
I'm pretty sure the head of the school board for that particular case said that kids should be following exactly what their parents do.
No, it was
Yeah.
it was like a lawmaker, like up in the positions, like in the government, up there somewhere, like a senator or something. That was saying this.
That just doesn't.
Maybe they should secede from the states.
If they did, then they'd be cut off from all of our resources, and they'd eventually just burn to death.
Is that a bad thing?
There are good people in Texas.
Let me get my sister out there first.
I don't mind. No, there are. I would say the majority of Texas is wonderful people, but then there's just the crazies that have all the power for some reason.
Like,
Blatancy.
Reduce
what destroys
manpower
everything.
because that state is probably one of the most religious states in the Union.
Well, yeah, but no, I think it's complacency. Like I was just saying, it's like most of the country are not like xenophobic, horrific, like religiously intolerant, like evil people. Most of the people in the country aren't, but most of the people in the country don't want to think for themselves and are complacent about actually important issues.
Intellectual cesstility.
You just love that phrase.
Intellectual facility?
Cesstility. Means it brings things
That's
right
not
there.
it. Intellectual
Yeah.
Yep.
And the people in Texas are just like, oh, so we don't use critical thinking? Oh, well,
Too bad.
it happens.
How do you even take critical thinking out? Like, everything involves critical thinking. Math, reading.
No, you know how you get, words come out of my mouth.
Yes.
When you have to, I just lost my train of thought. When you're training for the, like, standardized tests,
Mm-hmm.
it's regurgitating information. I think that's the only way you can teach people things without teaching critical thinking. Is like, memorize this list, and then say it back to me.
But doesn't that even
No,
involve thinking,
it
like,
doesn't. It requires nothing.
no, but like, okay, for me to memorize something, I have to think about it, like,
That-
I-
Because you've been taught how to critically think.
yeah, I really don't see how you can take critical thinking out of a curriculum when you're teaching someone. Like, everything involves critical thinking. Like, when you're reading, you're putting letters together to make words, you're putting the words together to make sentences, and you're trying to understand, okay, what is this sentence saying? Am I reading it right? Am I
No,
interpreting
now
it?
what they're going to say is, this is what this sentence means. People are going to tell them what to think, instead of trying to have them think of it for themselves. That's going to take critical thinking out.
Which makes me wonder.
But someone's critically thinking somewhere in there.
You hope so.
Yeah, people are just like, we want to have a bunch of slave children in the next generation.
Brainwash
I mean,
slave
okay, I'm fine with
children.
that. Like, okay, so if I go to Texas and I'm, like, I can critically think and those people can't, I feel better about myself.
So,
Well, this is
free
what I,
thinkers of the world, move to Texas.
this is what I find interesting is that if you look at the scientific name of the modern human, Homo sapiens, sapiens usually means wisdom and knowledge. It makes yeah, exactly. Which makes you wonder where is this? I'm going to use that term again. Where's this intellectual facility coming from? Like I mean, is critical thinking a natural thing for human beings, or is it something that has to be acquired?
There was a great Dawkins bit that was Richard Dawkins. Everyone knows who that is by now. Anybody. So, random Dawkins bit where he was being asked, like, can you explain how critical thinking evolved? Like, how that could have possibly happened? And he said, like, I don't exactly understand how that's really a question. Of course, people that were able to logically think through the situations during the day would have a better chance of surviving. A better question is, where does lack of critical thinking come from? Why is there so much of that about?
Because people are too lazy to try to actually figure out stuff. They're like, oh, I don't need to do anything because everything's already been figured out. Like,
Exactly.
Well, it's slightly harder to die today, in terms of things like animal attacks.
like,
Yeah,
'cause we've
people
already,
don't have to constantly watch the shadows anymore.
Yeah, it's not nearly as frequent.
like, we live in, like, you know, West Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're saying everyone in West Philadelphia is brilliant?
They're street brilliant.
Yeah, she's smart.
Oh, the street smart versus the book smart.
I disagree that that's even a thing.
What?
What's the thing?
Okay,
It's honestly
okay.
a thing.
Honestly, I am going to totally disagree with you. I have a friend, she's like the brightest person I know, but sticking on the street somewhere, she has no idea what the fuck she's doing.
Then I don't think she's that smart.
Okay. So you wouldn't separate book smart from street smart.
No, I think they're all in the bubble of intelligence.
Well, can we define?
Oh, okay, if that's the disagreement we're having, that's fine.
Yeah, because I think there's a difference between being street smart and being book smart. Like, she's got a 4.0 GPA, she's like an
I don't think that's a measurement of intelligence.
So
I
she
think
can
that's
regurgitate stuff from a
I think
book.
that's the ability to regurgitate information.
So people who don't have a 4.0 are like better.
I'm not saying they're better, I'm just saying that it depends on what the people do. And of course, it's partially in defense of myself.
So you don't have a 4.0.
Oh God, no.
I don't either.
Me neither.
But like, I do, like, I do research in, like, 3 different departments. So, like, I would say that I'm not the most brilliant person in the world, but I think I'm
But
rather
you're not just a
intelligent.
number.
What?
You're not just a number, you're more than that.
Exactly. I would love my GPA to be higher, but that is...
I mean, there's certain things that you're better at, and there's certain things that you're not so good at, and those not so good things are...
No, but the not so good things, I think, are solely because of laziness. And it's actually surprising, even if you identify that, it's really hard to not be lazy. And that's why I fully understand the complacency, even though I'm very, very upset about it.
So is laziness natural, or is it one behavior?
I think
Totally natural.
Yeah,
Natural.
I think people will be lazy unless they have to not be lazy. Like, you're going to lie on your back in the sun all day until a lion's just chasing you.
Yeah.
Then you're gonna book it like crazy.
So, xenophobia, anyone?
This is all nature versus nurture. Actually, that's a good question. I think this is also a combination. Laziness. I think that we do have an innate sense where we feel more comfortable not doing things and having things done for us. I think that's just a general thing. Of course, there are people that are much more happy when they're actively working on stuff.
Yeah,
I'm one of those people. As
Same.
well.
If I'm not, like, doing something for, a good 18 hours a day, I'm, like, freaking out. Like, I am wasting my time.
You feel like when our internet went out yesterday,
I was freaking out.
I was just like, I was like, I can't do anything. Okay, so internet people, our internet in the building me and her live in went out.
And they still haven't fixed it yet, because
And-
we don't need internet to do anything anymore.
And I was like terrified. I was seriously like, huh.
Yeah,
No, it was like, I can't remember that,
you
like,
had Dante text me, is your internet working?
I know, cause what am I gonna do?
Go to the library.
It was like 8-something. I was gonna go to sleep soon.
Cryptic text.
I sleep early.
8 p.m.?
Yes.
You go to bed?
I go to bed at like 10.
Okay. I usually go to bed at 12 or...
Best time to text now.
I don't have his number. You want to give me your number so I can text you after 10?
You know, my roommate's very loud sleeper, so I wear earplugs. So, yeah, so.
I just love your phone.
Nature versus nurture.
Alright, so if my phone explodes mysteriously, I'll know who to blame.
You can't prove it.
You don't know the kind of equipment I have in my room. Probably no one totally could.
Creepy.
Fair enough. Well, you called me creepy, and you're going to explode my electronics from afar. That is terrorism
Roll up
right
your
there.
phone and then text you a million times.
I thought you meant make it explode.
No!
I just had a brilliant idea.
Like, your phone's blowing up. That means people are calling you and texting you, and it's like...
Well, clearly you need a hot me.
Hey guys, that's Yes, they are. But no, you said a word, and something clicked in my head, because I remember I did, and this is, I'm going to get to the topic in a second, I did a project in English, and we just had to write a paper about, something we were interested in. And one of the things I looked up was arachnophobia. And I looked, and there was a journal article about why people tend to fear spiders a lot more than many other animals, which may be more, which may be more dangerous. Yeah, I remember we was discussing that. So I was wondering, again, arachnophobia, is that something that is natural? And I don't mean it in the sense of like a total irrational fear, but just a general dislike. I mean, if it's a general dislike, it's technically not a phobia, but I'm just using a popular name.
I have 2 comments.
Sure.
Exactly 2. Well, actually, yes, I'm extremely arachnophobic. That's unrelated. Well, anyway.
3 comments. Comment 2.
Shut up.
What's the fear of snakes? Because I am definitely afraid of snakes.
Ophidiophobia.
Yeah, I am definitely afraid of snakes.
I have 3 at home.
No, but I think it makes a lot of sense for there to be general fear of certain things that you would be exposed to on a regular basis. Like, be afraid of heights, be afraid of spiders, be afraid of snakes, be cautious of fire.
Afraid of fire.
Why would you be afraid of fire? Fires are amazing.
Fire's
Or
burning you.
pyro people.
No matches for you.
I like fire as well, but that's...
Pyro baby.
It comes independent with your arachnophobia.
Jeez Louise.
Anyway.
There's these, I
No,
think
but-
people are afraid of like other things. Usually, I'm not afraid of fire.
Kind of on that point is what my original second comment is going to be. I was reading an article online, it was on Craft, so I don't know how official this is, but it's like a lot of things that we're exposed to in like horror movies today, those fears are based off completely different fears.
What
That
do you mean?
people that are afraid of clowns are actually afraid of pedophiles.
Really?
Say what?
They're afraid
Correlation.
they're afraid of like excessively happy, like childhood. I don't know. There's a weird combination of people looking young, hilarious, trying to get close to you, trying to make you laugh, and being rooted in your childhood. Is all stuff about
But
pedophiles.
they
Do
were,
me a favor and link that on,
Sure. But no, there's more. People that are afraid of the Grudge girl,
Okay.
whatever that girl's name is,
Mhm.
are afraid of foreign people.
Wow.
Like people that are really afraid of her are afraid of people from other countries. People that are afraid of zombie horrors are just afraid of crowds. They're just afraid of crowds of people. All the grabbing, it's all about making you feel claustrophobic.
Hmm.
And I'm pretty sure there's like two more that I don't remember.
what about like fear of like, you know, scary movies in general?
Most of them, I would imagine, are just like, you get into it, so you feel as if you're in that situation. And that's why you're suddenly afraid.
Like the
Because you're
movie,
just like, I really don't want staples jammed under my fingernails.
like the movie, like the
Or
movie
you want-
Arachnophobia when it came
You
out.
want everyone in the room to twinge in like terrible pain?
Yes.
What is it?
No, yeah, I'm already
No,
My
thinking
ears
of-
have now.
No, it's put a toothpick under your big toe and kick the wall as hard as you can. Everybody's just like, "Grr!"
But it's funny because like when you talk about movies, when the movie Arachnophobia came out, I think it was in 1982 or 84 around there somewhere. All of a sudden, like there was this huge thing. I mean, I'm not sure. I have to check the veracity of this, but apparently a lot of people have been complaining about being horrifically scared of spiders because of
There
this
was the
movie.
Jaws thing.
Yeah,
Is that all?
yeah, the shark phobia. That grew.
Fear of sharks. So there is a huge bit of nurture put into the pervasity, I guess you'd say, of a certain fear. But I think the fears themselves are rooted biologically.
Yeah, I agree because like if you
Yeah,
think about
but-
it, if you think about the
Not necessarily.
evidence,
It's like the basis for a fear doesn't necessarily have to be, the basis has to be biological. The fear itself doesn't have to be.
Yeah, he's saying the ability to fear is there, but the specific fears are what's learned. But and that goes back to what I was about to say because
I don't
Be
agree.
afraid of things that'll eat you.
Yeah.
It's probably a natural fear. Being specifically afraid of tigers is a learned thing.
Well, being afraid of snakes, spiders, or insects probably fear of poison.
Exactly.
Survival. Being
Exactly.
afraid of
And all fears that I would imagine have stuff to do with survival. Or they're
Like, I don't
hilarious
wanna die.
which
I don't want to die or get sick. Others do it.
which makes me wonder about the tribes back then that first started in Africa, because evidence shows that humanity started in Africa. There were a lot of animals, more than just spiders, that could harm you. You had your lions, hyenas, after wild dogs, possibly leopards. You had elephants, Cape buffalo.
I think
Almost every
yeah, we went into this the other week. I think it has to do with the things that we're now exposed to. That those fears are awakened.
Mhm.
If we had antelope plowing through the walls every day, I'm pretty sure we'd be afraid of that at this point.
Yeah, exactly. Which,
But that means
we have to be done.
which makes me question arachnophobia.
Yeah, I was about to say, so why would you be afraid of spiders? Because the majority of the
I
spiders
think-
here can't really kill you.
It's
Yeah,
one of the
but
most common animal phobias. That's-
Yeah, but spiders are extremely common. Like, I don't think there's anyone here that has never seen a spider.
That's true, but I mean,
And then
but
they're also in popular media all the time.
Well, how come we don't have that same fear for mosquitoes, blowflies, centipedes?
What's
Most
mosquitoes?
people don't. I don't think most people die from those around us anymore.
not here.
Yeah, but spider deaths are extremely rare too. Bees, we don't have a huge
I'm
amount of.
terrified of these.
I know, same. Like, I see a bee, I freak out. I've been stung by one
Ah,
before.
okay.
Yeah, I've been stung by a ton of bees before, and I used to be very allergic to them.
Used to be.
Yeah, apparently it goes away.
Really?
Yeah, my bee allergy just goes to like
I think you
I'm
develop
immune to protein.
you develop a resistance to the histamine that's inside.
Probably. Oh, I've been stung enough times. Now I'm slightly immune.
I mean, 'cause you hear people that say I'm scared of bees, but they don't go out their way to avoid them. Whereas with spiders, I mean, just a picture picture of a spider makes somebody freak out. But if you show a picture of a bee, they're like, I hate those things, they sting. When you show a picture of a spider, oh my god! And most of these people I've probably never seen, like...
Or you see, I completely disagree. If I see pictures of, large pictures of bees, I get a little uneasy. But
It's your specific case, though. I mean, I don't know too many people who
no, but
have that...
I completely understand that. Because if I can't even touch pictures of spiders.
Really?
Yeah, my hands like start shaking. Like
Yeah, I
I'm
can take
very
pictures,
afraid.
but
Wow.
no, like, I also feel like it has to do with, like, being sort of desensitized to it. Like, you know, when you're a little kid, they, like, read you books and stuff, and you always have a little honeybee. They're just going from flower to flower, and you're just all happy and everything. And, like, you never have those kind of books about spiders, except for, like, Miss Spider or whatever.
Charlotte's Web.
Charlotte's Web.
Charlotte's Web was awesome.
So, like, there's very few things, but, like, in a lot of children's books, they do mention, like, bees, like, bumblebees, because they're apparently nicer and cuter. But, so you're kind of desensitized towards that, but spiders are like, oh my god, they're
Well,
like,
actually, that is true.
I think
Because I don't mess with wasps. Wasps in like hornets will make me, like, I'll immediately go out and try to kill them.
And I think I know the general basis behind it. It's like, has everyone here been stung by a bee?
I
You haven't?
Nope.
I actually have not.
Oh, well, there you go. I was going to say generally people have been stung by bees, but very few have actually been bitten by spiders.
But I actually don't like them.
I haven't been
So,
to
like-
spiders, but I'm not actually afraid of spiders.
There's a bit of support.
I mean, I've
I
never
mean-
been bitten by a snake, but I'm definitely afraid of those things. Like, snakes freak me the shit out.
See, I love snakes.
So do
And
I.
I hate them. Like,
They're
okay,
brilliant little things.
if they're in a glass cage, all sealed up, I'll be fine. But if I see one moving around anywhere near me, like it could be 10 feet away, I will run away from it.
Oh
No,
my
no, I can't even, if a spider is behind 3 feet of reinforced glass, I still wouldn't be able to be in the room.
Oh, like, I'm okay if they're behind glass,
Yeah,
and they can't, like,
that's
get to
definitely
me in any way. But, like, I was driving, and I saw a snake on the road. I went around the snake, okay? I didn't even, like, try to drive over it. I went around it.
You're in a car!
No fear, it's definitely a phobia.
You see, it's like Eight-Legged Freak, that movie, I never actually saw it. If that happened in real life, I'd hide in a hole and wait for it to stop.
I'd kill myself, probably.
Wow.
Well.
Wow.
No, like, if Earth was, like, started to be, like, infested by aliens or taken over by aliens, or any type of fucking alien came down, I'd be like, alright, I'm out, peace.
Yeah, my initial reaction was trying to be the overlord of the world. But if that didn't pan out, I'd still fight the
You guys came up with another key word. Killing.
What?
Oh, it's a manifestation of fear.
As far as like human on human violence, is that a natural thing or is that also nurtured?
Fight or flight, I would say completely natural.
Adrenaline.
No, I think it's a mixture, guys.
I'm not those.
You just gotta look at the reasons for killing another human being.
That's pretty much what I was gonna say. It's like, I think there is a fight or flight response, where it's just like, I'm gonna get the hell out of here, or I'm going to actually engage this person. But if it's, people kill each other for the stupidest reasons. And it doesn't actually, I'm going to go for like the hardcore religious violence, just as an example. People
That
fight,
is the dumbest violence on this planet.
I know, it's like,
Killing for a week.
so do you want, like, it's been compared to? It's like, I'm gonna kill you because I think my God is a nicer ass than yours. It's pretty much that stupid.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, I don't know.
Crusades were fun.
I don't know what other people think, but in every, like, book, religious book that I've read, it shows human compassion, love for mankind, you know, like,
Well,
tolerance.
it's like
that's what I-
parallel to that, it's also horrific violence. You should kill everybody that's not in the tribe. You should kill people in the tribe.
I mean, like,
It's
from
like-
what I understand out of every religion, they do promote peace, they promote tolerance, they promote, you know, brotherly love.
But they also promote xenophobia, violence,
Dashing babies'
genocide,
heads against rocks, making
ripping
fun
out
of
pregnant
people,
women,
making fun of
ripping out babies from pregnant women.
Some of the Old
The
Testament
Bible.
stuff. Yeah. There's a weird contrast in the Bible between like the Old and the New Testament in terms of.
Well, also, like, you have to look at it this way, like, the Bible,
But the New
and
Testament's not
they've
that
been,
great either.
these books have
It's
been
significantly
interpreted as well.
better.
Like, what you read isn't, like, what was written thousands of years ago. It's all interpretation of people. So, they can put in what they want, they can take out what
Yeah,
they
they could
want.
also put in all the nice stuff. We have no idea.
No, that's what I'm saying, like, but
No, that's why, like, religious books, like, have been called in, like, the atheist community. They're just big books of multiple choice. It's whatever you want to take out of it, you take out of it.
Yeah, and like,
That's why I compared it to, like, directions on how to use a firearm that are written really badly.
What?
Oh, no, I described the Bible ones as being direct. It's like having a gun sitting on the table and directions of how to use it badly sitting next to it.
like
So
point
if you
this
get-
end at yourself.
Yeah, so if you pick it up and go like, these directions are stupid, I'm going to use this to protect my family. It's going to be like, okay, you're using this thing in a cool manner. But at the same time, you could pick it up and go, oh, so I'm supposed to use it like this. All right. Or you could just go, I can't read, and start shooting people. Like, the Bible reveals the motive that you want to fit. Like, religious texts in general reveal the motive the person already has. Or they can teach you how to just be horrible. So if you're already a really nice person, you will find the most fantastic wisdom in the Bible you'll find anywhere. Or the Quran, or
Whatever else.
or
you
the
want.
Hadith, the Torah, the Hadith, or the Hadith.
Torah and the Old
These are
Testament.
interpretations.
Torah and the Old Testament are the same thing.
I think so, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, what's the other big Jewish book?
No.
What?
No.
Thank you. But that's what I'm saying. It's like just those books. Like
This is ridiculous.
you'll get what you want out of those books, or you can arbitrarily pull horrible things, or arbitrarily pull good things. It's all just a big mess.
And that's why Christianity pretty much holds the trophy for being the most cruel religion ever. Thank you, Crusades.
But is that true for any religion? Like, come on. You really want to argue
yeah.
that
But
Christianity
which one is the
worst
more
religion
well
out
known?
there?
Which is the more well known?
The problem is Christianity is so well known, but it's like,
Well, that's what I'm trying to say. Is like you can easily justify any of the horrible things done in the name of Christianity by the Bible, easily. But like a lot of times they directly say you should do these things in the
I mean,
Bible.
like,
But at the same time, you can justify like charity. You can find support to be a fantastic neighbor, be good to your family, like all these other wonderful things. So that's why I'll forgo the Bible and find other reasons to be good and whatnot. But then there's a bunch of people that use it as just an inspirational text, and it's like, okay,
That's
if
how I feel.
if that helps you in your life, then in a literal sense, Godspeed.
I mean, because if you look at, again, reverting back to tribal people around Africa, what they call the whole world, the reasons for people killing other people were very different. It wasn't because of some God told you to. It was usually because
They were threatening you, or they were trying to take your resources.
you felt they were a threat. You felt that they were going to kill you, or they were going to take your resources, like she said.
And but just
It could be territorial.
No, but just to expand on that, I would say what's much more powerful than actual threats or imagined threats. And this is where I think part of where religion came from,
Imagine threat.
is imagined threats. Is if you say like, those people over the hill are trying to kill us, a lot of people will go like, whoa man, we gotta protect ourselves. What if there's no, what if exactly.
the war on terrorism is exactly that.
Yeah, that's why I love saying like
There's marijuana. We gotta stop it.
yeah, it's imagined threat. We're still as dumb as the people that were
Yep.
around like 20,000 years
We're
ago.
vastly dumb, but we found new ways to kill each other.
There's actually a really interesting
Well, either way
paper.
to kill each other.
There's a really interesting paper that's how our technology has evolved beyond our morality. We are now able to kill each other way easier than we are able to justify it.
Oh, yeah, I mean, back then you had to go up to people and poke them. Now you can just say, oh, there's a bunch of people. Oh, wow,
So,
there's 10,000 people.
that's why the people, if you look at the evolution of weapons, every single evolution of weapons makes the battle get farther away.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
originally, the only way you could ever kill someone is, strangle.
Oh, yeah.
You have to get your hands right around their throat and kill them.
Pick up a
That
rock.
was doing rock.
Then, it's like throwing rocks, using clubs,
Yeah.
then throwing spears, then those really cool throwing spears went even farther, then bow and arrow,
Catapults.
then catapults, then ballista,
Ricochet.
then trebuchets, then firearms, then better firearms, then better bows for some reason, and then even better firearms. Everything just gets farther and farther. And now we have missiles that we could shoot the back of the building we fired them from around the world. Like,
Drones.
That's so necessary.
All learned
Welcome to drones.
Yeah.
and now we have unmanned ships that are assassinating people. Oh, also, did you know that they narrowed the definition of collateral damage?
Really?
Now collateral damage is only women and children under a certain age. If you are
So men of
no,
any age,
if you're like 60,
of any allegiance.
no, it's women and children.
No,
So if you're above the
Women
age
and children first.
no, if you're a man that's above the age of 16 and you're in the same town, like little village, as a person of high suspect, then that entire village could be destroyed.
Wow.
That is ridiculous.
No, under President Obama's presidency, this has happened not 10 times, not 100 times, but thousands of times.
Okay.
We've destroyed thousands of small caravans, houses, villages, or groups of people. We are committing terrorism to Middle Eastern countries.
The American Empire.
Oh, and
Yeah,
while
learn
they're
behavior.
conducting a
Yeah,
fuel
Think
warfare.
about this, like,
I don't even understand the justification for this.
Me neither.
Like,
how many people have been killed overseas?
lots.
More than
Too
we
many.
count. We'll
Okay,
never
Too
get
many.
how many people died here? 9/11.
Several.
Not quite as many, but a lot.
Actually,
9/11, the McVeigh
I think that-
bombing.
there was still the most people that ever died on this land was the Civil War.
Yeah.
So the only time we killed a lot of people was when we killed them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Nobody else has ever tried to attack America. Nope.
No, this is why,
Except
like,
No one has the means.
Except for Cuba.
The whole
and they
Cold War
have
thing.
missiles.
That came close, but it was a lot of political humdrum with that prevented that nonsense from happening.
no, but this is what doesn't make it. This is why we go back to the imagined threat. In what way are a group of fanatics in another country disrupting my freedom?
They are going to kill you, David. Don't you understand that?
No.
They can. They're not that smart.
That-
No, even if
There's that learned
people in the world,
xenophobia again.
they have no means.
That
Exactly.
little kid in that caravan is going to kill you.
Noted. Oh, and also this was a few months ago, I think. I forget exactly when this happened. But the first American citizen we've assassinated.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I don't remember his name. He's like the son of a militant person, and he was considered collateral damage.
Yeah.
Even though,
Actually,
He
and
was
no,
an American citizen.
no,
yeah.
yes.
And they didn't give him due process either.
No, do you know what
They basically took
do you
citizenship.
know what the argument is?
What was it?
They gave him due process, just not judicial process. Due process was considered the amount of intelligence they had, and the amount that the generals talked about it.
So they
That is not-
assassinated him
so
because
apparent-
he's
no.
related to a military?
No, this is what's the problem right now. Like, I was like, ask that again in 2 seconds. I thought you were actually counting.
No.
No, there is now precedent for the U.S. government to kill anybody for any reason
Yeah.
right now.
Martial law.
Yes, we are now under martial law.
Why was I not informed of this?
I wanted to. Oh, actually, that's a thing now. Is secrecy in the government is actually encouraged.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So they don't have to tell us when they're going to kill you.
NDA.
There's precedent now to overturn
Well,
the
okay.
Freedom of Information Act, so the government doesn't have to disclose documents.
Fuck that shit. Anyway. whatever.
No, it's not talk that shit. It's that we're screwed.
Okay. So, they killed him because he was related to a militant?
No, because he was just kind of in the area
Okay.
when the
I thought
caravan
of that.
exploded.
I'm fine with that. Like, I don't want to.
What?
Okay,
Innocent people died.
innocent people died. All right. I'm saying, like, I would feel worse if it was just on American soil and they're like, oh, you're related to a militant, you die.
I'm pretty sure we've done that also.
So that's wrong.
They'll tell you.
The other thing is wrong also. It's just
Yeah,
far away. Don't
yeah, exactly. I feel like, okay, if you're on American soil, you're an American citizen, you claimed your allegiance, your whatever, to this country. You are willing to fight for this country.
I'm not willing to fight for this country. I'm willing to run my ass off for this country.
I am willing to design weapons. Okay, there we go. Is that what it is, David? Yeah,
I don't know.
you're an engineer, right?
since we only have...
It's like, this is a very interesting question, since my research is funded by the Navy.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Dude,
You're killing those people, David.
Well, we
Oh,
have-
now I feel horrible.
No matter what you do, you're killing them. That's what it seems like.
I'm building autonomous water vehicles.
There you go.
They're gonna weaponize them.
Water readers.
I guarantee 99% of them will weaponize
We're
them.
gonna weaponize.
But since we
Well,
only
yeah,
have,
and then gets killed.
have 15 minutes, shall we look at the other
To any
side?
government people watching, I love this country.
So do I, but sometimes I
There are
say
some-
something.
I love everything this country stood for
Good.
a while ago.
Shall
That's like
we, shall we
when,
look at the other side?
Welcome to
Yeah,
the...
we have
Echelon Watch List.
we have all the xenophobia and the
we're all
hatred
gonna
and
be
the
on that
killing.
goddamn list.
Oh, I'm trying to...
We have all the xenophobia and the
This
hatred
is
and
why I sit
killing.
on the other side of the camera.
But what about
No,
the love and
to be
relationship?
fair, it's like I really do like the things this country has to offer.
I mean, this
I
country
am
has a lot
happy
more
to live
freedom
here.
than-
I'm just not approving of some of the things that the government is currently doing.
I mean,
Just so if people are going to start flaming me, I want them to flame me for the right reason.
I was talking about, since we talked about all the violence and hatred and xenophobia, how about we, to be in time, how about we look at the other side, the love and relationship aspect? Is that a nature?
I would actually say both. Who knew?
And we also want to throw in monogamy and polygamy as well.
Yeah, we might
People
dip into that later.
People debate that as well. Like,
No,
we're not really
I think there's like a huge. I think we have a general need to have people around us. We are a social species.
yeah.
We kind of need people.
I mean, my
And people help you people. And people help others.
Exactly. They're wonderful.
That's why we survived the desert.
What?
when you help other people.
Altruism.
Thank you. Altruism.
Altruism, yeah.
What is that when you help people? It's
Charity.
so long since I've done it.
No, I meant like the altruism aspect of it, where you're biologically inclined
Yeah.
to help people because you're more likely to pass on your genes.
Oh, and that's what's cool. Okay, this is another Dawkins thing, hilariously enough. There's a whole video he has, nice guys finish first. That's what the video is called. Anyway.
I don't know about
Totally
that.
agree with
Like, I'm sure every girl's inclined to go
That is a
bad
social
way.
thing.
Like,
That's a social thing.
Thuggism.
You people are trained to do that.
like thugs.
Yes, you are. So that's what you get for giving in to the sheep mentality.
Nah.
Anyway.
That's very second.
No, there.
I mean, like, I told you, I'm very conditional with my emotions. Let's just say that.
I'm extremely conditional with my emotions. I think loving someone unconditionally is stupid.
That's, okay, good. You agree with it.
I think that's ridiculous. No, like the thing is, like, my closest friends in the world, I told them if you show up with me with a body, I'll be the first one to call the police.
Well, it depends on how much I like the good person and who they
I don't care. If I was, I don't know, this is a weird combination of words. If I was friends with Gandhi, I would still call the police if he brought me a body.
I don't even think Gandhi would be able to lift a body. Did you see that yet?
Be nice to him.
That's nature term.
Be nice to Gandhi.
Love relationship.
Gandhi
monogamy.
said.
Wow.
I don't think you joined him.
It's like topic. We're somewhere way over
Yeah.
there.
No, it's not like the xenophobia. I think it is.
Wow.
My grandparents are Indian.
Alright, so
Okay.
it's like if our personality.
Well,
it's only love
no,
and
the nice
relationships.
guys finish first. This is the thing I was trying to say. The reason that like I care the least bit about you people is what Dawkins was kind of hypothesizing is a misfiring of altruism. Originally, we wouldn't know each other whatsoever at all. Like it's like your ancestry is from southeastern Asia.
Yeah, but I doubt that because some of my grandmother has bright blue eyes, so I think there was some mixing going on.
Needs a
with that.
genetic-
There's some mixing going on everywhere. Every single person is a lineage of thieves and rapists.
I'm a hybrid.
Interesting.
It's a very sad thing to think about. But then again, I'm Norwegian, so it's not that surprising. Viking.
So my ancestors raped. Okay, so one of my ancestors got raped, and now here I am.
Probably, yes.
Yeah.
I think it's way more likely for that to be the case. People are horrible. Anyway, so altruism. People are awesome. No, like,
No, people have genes that we want to pass on biologically, so we're like, okay, I'll help you, but you have to pass on these genes.
yes, that's why almost everything we ever have is motivated by sex.
True that.
I agree.
Yeah.
Usually biology.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Psychology.
anyway, like the misfiring of altruism, the way I'm saying, the way I'm trying to describe this, is like, even though there is no particular reason for me to be nice to any of you, like biologically, I doubt that I'm like genetically similar to any of you guys. Maybe you possibly, because
Just
if you
because
look
he's
at,
white?
yes, because he's white. We're
We
probably,
could be more similar, you never know.
yes, I don't, but judging solely by appearance, which is the first thing I can see of a person, it's really hard to see your genes from this far away.
I'm sorry, do you want me to draw some blood, get some PCR going?
Yes, right now.
Okay, don't give me a syringe.
I am getting up.
I mean, we could probably just go, oh, never mind, it's across the street. Just, you can find all sorts of crazy stuff in there.
Scared now.
Anyway, the reason that I'm like, my mind is still set in the tribe mentality. So you guys are near me and not trying to kill me, so I assume you're in my tribe, so I'm automatically nice to you.
Not in your tribe, what are you talking about?
You're part of my, like, you're part of the people that I trust,
You trust me?
to some degree.
Okay.
I don't trust this guy, I don't know who he is. Which means I'm questioning killing him. Xenophobia.
You should watch out for this guy.
Humans are wonderful.
I mean, he's like 6'9", and I'm scared of him.
It's true.
You're a giraffe.
Yeah, I think he's part giraffe.
Okay, so you're a what? You're what's your major again? Can I revoke that?
Actually, you can't revoke it unless like I fail and like my GPA goes below a 2.0. You cannot revoke that.
Well, I guess that won't be that hard, because humans can be anything related to giraffes. Actually, the way I worded that's wrong. That I am currently part giraffe.
They're very distantly related. They're like
We're cousins, they're not, a giraffe is not my ancestor. You sure? Yes!
I'm sure there's a common ancestor somewhere.
Of course there is.
Back in the day when we were single cells.
Monogamy and
Probably when we were more rodents.
Alright, so monogamy, polygamy.
Oh yeah, this is a fascinating bit. I've talked to a number of people who are actually like, monogamy is completely unnatural.
It is. I mean,
Oh,
you
yeah.
really want to screw everyone. Like, legit, you want to screw everyone.
Yeah, I don't.
It's genetic mutation. Genetic mutation.
I'm actually really into monogamy.
I mean, okay, but biologically,
You're
you
supposed to-
are
Oh yeah, biologically I'm supposed to screw
fuck
everything.
everything.
Language. But yes, biologically men should just have sex with anything that's presenting.
No.
Quite literally.
No.
And women
you
have a
you have
desire.
sex with everything that can reproduce.
Wait, so, just, like,
Okay, if you screwed a man, that's not
Right.
biologically correct. Because they
No,
no
that's-
reproducing
that's-
organs.
whoa, that's different. That being biologically correct doesn't mean that you have to create children from it.
Well, the point
The urge comes biologically.
Yeah, the point of that
The
is to
after
procreate.
effect is completely.
Is to procreate, and the only way you would...
No, nothing happens for a reason. Things just happen, and then based off the outcome is judging whether or not it'll happen again. What?
Yeah, I'm confused.
Nothing in biology happens for a reason. Things just happen basically as a domino
He's
effect.
saying that it's not teleological.
There's no thought behind it.
English, please.
There's no design.
There's no
Okay.
There's no intelligent
there's no
design.
actual conscious purpose to
It's like having sex. The point, like our point, because we can actually have a point because we have conscious minds, is to produce it. Is like either to feel good or produce a child.
Okay.
And hopefully there's a combination there when you're producing a child. Anyway,
Okay.
but the urge to reproduce, there is no, like, the outcome there is no outcome. Like, okay, it's not for a reason. The urge just exists.
Okay.
The outcome happens irrespective.
It does.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like, we have an urge to, you can suddenly have a hunger for peaches.
What?
Like for some reason. the reason you have a hunger for peaches is because your body's deficient in something.
Or you're
Like,
pregnant.
there is no point for it. There's no such thing as pregnant hunger. That is nurture. You need to take
Okay, I can be fat and lazy when I'm pregnant. Please, don't argue with me.
whatever. You have to take in like 800 more calories.
Dude, do you really think
Like,
you look like
it's
a
all,
bear?
you have to eat like a
That
12-ounce
was-
sandwich a
I think
day.
that was sweet.
Wow.
Sorry, what were you saying?
I know something about it insulting pregnant women. I don't know.
We'll talk about how it's almost impossible that Octa cannot become a bear.
What, you want the claws to come out? Alright, don't mess.
Wait, you want her to become a large, hairy, gay male?
There's female bears too.
I believe you.
We're not going to touch on that subject on camera.
What are we doing off camera?
Probably still not going to talk about that.
We're just only going to look at each other awkwardly and go home.
Well, that's what we usually do off camera.
It's like, I'm just sorry, everybody. But no, anyway, so, polygamy. I was talking with a lot of people that say that there is a biological urge to pretty much have relationships, not necessarily sexual ones, with multiple people, and trying to find everything you can possibly want in a person with individuals if possible. That's what I've heard from people that are polygamous.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. My thought on this, I don't believe in polygamy, but when I think about it, there's a lot of characteristics that I look for in a person that I'm interested in, like, in a relationship. But not one person has that every characteristic.
And I say, why not?
Exactly. So why not? Why not go find people that fit
Hey,
those
see why?
characteristics?
No, I'm saying that why can't there be someone that meets all those things?
Oh, well, maybe there is. But I'm just saying, like,
Still not finding him.
yeah. But, okay, if I found a checklist of 40 things, I'm going to find those 40 things in one person. Like, that's hard.
Not now.
You ever said this before you think about it?
Probably.
I have a freaking checklist, like,
Really?
Yeah,
I
some.
do.
No, I get checklist.
You do.
I have a checklist.
No, it's not even my own personal one, but, like, I'm trying to please a lot of people in my life, so
Mistake.
half of those things are not what I want.
Never do that.
Mistake.
No, never, yeah, that's a mistake.
Even
Well,
though
it's not
Congress
what
said,
I mean.
I don't know
No,
the
never
key.
change.
I know the key to success,
No,
the key to failure is trying to please everybody.
Well, I didn't say everybody.
No,
I
here's
said
one
some
key
people
to
in my
success,
life.
is you can't ever live your life through other people, or for other people. You can only live life for yourself.
So that's the easiest
That's why
way
you
to
don't get
fulfill-
married and you don't do shitty relationships.
No, that's,
So that's the silly
like,
That's-
having,
okay.
no, if you're
I think-
if you're in the right kind of relationship, then it's not a job, it's not settling, it's not doing anything. All it is
But I
making
think
your life
that's
better.
how I feel it is. Like, if you're in a relationship, you're settling. Like,
And you have dated horrible people.
I haven't dated that many people.
Ah, there you go.
I just
You have to date more
There
fantastic
you
people.
go.
Alright.
Go do that.
I don't have the
I
time
think
to do
what
that.
she's trying to say is there is no
So you see,
perfect
that
person.
That's also a lie.
No, that's actually one of my parameters for a person, is they basically have to be doing what I'm already doing. Because I don't have time to, like, basically go do stuff that is so drastically outside, like, I don't know, if I,
But I don't know, like, I don't want a person
no, I
that,
need to date,
Is that natural? Is that a learned behavior?
it's a learned behavior, because, okay,
oh, yes, it
like,
is.
I don't want that,
Heavily learned, from lots of tears and fire.
I don't want a person who does exactly the same thing, because what the hell are you gonna talk about? Like,
The stuff you're doing.
but you're already doing the same thing, so you already know, like, what's going on, and the other person's like, you already know all the details.
Oh, no,
So
no,
what is there to
no,
talk about?
now I'm saying people that are within my line of, like, study. Or, so, like, if I don't know how to word this correctly. It's more of a feeling than an
Somewhere
actual.
in your field of whatever, like engineering or biology.
No, like, I think they would have to be involved in, like, the free thought stuff that I do, because, like, half of the things I do on, like, the weekends are things that the Ethical Society, the Bank Funding Things Society, the other free thought society,
Same hobbies, that's for sure.
same general hobbies.
Yeah, like, okay,
But I mean, like-
this is the kind of person that I look for. They should have similar
Or-
hobbies, but they should also have things that are very different, because what if I want to try something new? Or what if I would want
Oh, no,
to
I
do
agree with
their
that.
own stuff too. I don't want to be, like, 24/7 together, or, like, always doing everything together. That would drive me fucking
I
crazy.
completely agree.
Gun range.
Yes,
Gun range? What?
good range.
I would love to go to a gun range. Who's going to a gun range?
When I get my membership, we'll definitely do that.
I
I actually
will
have a friend that we
just
go
stay
to.
in the range. I know it's
Yeah, about, 2 years ago. Alright, so the show's over.
Right.
Well,
This-
anything for you.
Everybody,
Training.
this is the Drexel Freethought Society, we talk about stuff.
Oh, we're already out of time?
Yep.
Oh, that's fun.
Email us thoughts, questions, ideas for new topics.
We didn't talk about monogamy.
We can talk about monogamy more after the show.
Okay.
We can talk, well, what I wanted to do next, okay, so idea for the next week was gonna be, submission.
Interesting.
I love how Joe wasn't here on Enforcer.
He's not anything.
I'm feeling his job.
You could be the enforcer.
Sweet.
I'll support that.
What
That'll
are
be
you
fun.
supposed to do? Like,
Nothing
make sure
at all.
they stay on topic, or?
Yeah, that's the reason what Dante does.
Might as well be you.
Anyway, so that's
I throw
the idea for next week. Let us know your thoughts, all that stuff. Stop the camera.
We're going off the air.
Here, go
Bye.
off the, go off the air.
Is this the part where we start fighting each other and breaking each other?
Moving this.
Were they
I just-
supposed to come into play?